The Fifth Floor Podcast. Tuned up. Papasada na.
So, ayan. Hello everyone and every two and every three. Namiss niyo ba kami? Siyempre kami, parang dapat namimiss niyo din kami kasi namiss namin kayo. Parang dapat i-reciprocate natin yung feelings ng isa't isa. Huy! Hindi ganun. So, ikaw ba, partner? Kamusta ka ba muna?
Ayun, doing well naman. Pero medyo nakakapagod lately yung akas. Pero caring, ikaw ba? Musta naman yung iyong second year journey?
Medyo madugo siya. Madugo. Hindi kasi malapit na nga yung final season. So, madaming re-reviewin, ganyan. Tapos, kasama pa ng mga other extracurricular activities. So, ayan, kinakaya naman. So, enough with that muna. Siguro, isang month nga tayong namahinga, no? Pero ang mahalaga is, nandito na ulit ang pinaka-inaabangan ninyong podcast. O, diba? Kabog! Welcome! Welcome to the third episode of the Fifth Floor Podcast, Tuned Up, entitled A Ramp to Queer Zone City. Ordinary Anunati, the Chicas of Pride. Ako nga pala si Aaron na naniniwala sa kasabihang love sees no gender.
Oh, slay ka doon! Grabe yung
diba?
intro ni Akbak. My God! So, ayun, ako naman si Joanna na I believe in the saying, I believe in the saying, always be loud, be proud, and be you. So, ayun, this is one of the episodes that I have been personally waiting for. Kasi the month rather, is we celebrate Pride Month. So, syempre, para sa mga ating mga rainbow friends to, and obviously, isa to sa ating look forward with all the things happening in our lives. Tama ba yun, partner?
Yes, you are right, partner. Pero speaking of rights, this month is not just about celebrating the vibrant community, but we are also raising awareness and advocating for LGBTQIA+ rights. Because again, reading is optional. Huy, hindi ganun. Because reading is fundamental. Okay, reading is fundamental, guys, ha? So, ayun na nga. Alam mo ba, partner, may chika tayo dito. Huy, meron agad. Pero ayun, I am really proud to be a PUPian kasi sa campus natin, ramdam na rin ang Pride Month. Kasi 'di ba, meron yung PUP Queer Dom nung sa field, gano'n. Meron silang event last time. And also sa ating Facebook page, sa PUP community, sa PUP official, meron silang mga posts about sa Pride Month. So ayun, we started celebrating the community nung nakaraang week pa. Di ba?
Nakita ko siya around the photos ng mga friends ko. Wala lang, nakita ko lang sa mga mahiling nila yung ganap sa PUP. Parang nakakaingit. Tapos ako, sobrang babad sa ginagawa. Daming ginagawa. Akans. So, ayun. Very refreshing lang na makita na yung campus natin nagpa-promote ng inclusivity, and at the same time, parang until now, parang we are still fighting, no? Kasi, syempre, every Pride Month, we're not just celebrating. We are advocating for, kaya partner? Siyempre, yung soggy bill. So, sabi nga, sa kantang Bini, huwag muna tayong umuwi. Kasi in this episode, we get to relive the experience of everyone. Kaya naman, partner, excited ka namang makilala ang ating mga guests.
Yes, super excited na, di ba? Madadagdagan yung ating kachikahan dito, di ba, right now?
Kunik. So, para di naman tayo medyo lonely, tayo lang here. Allow me to introduce our guests for this episode. So, syempre, this first guest partner, I'm actually quite familiar. Nakasama ko na siya in ACADS, pero virtual lang. Pero with my, exposure, nag-expose with my exposure with this person, I am glad to say and proud to say na sobrang ang dami niya nang nagagawa for our org and for the NFJP. So, without further ado, allow me to introduce Ms. Rafael Tabuso, or Ms. Raf na lang daw, which is our National Vice President for Audit in NFJP Afinusis Federation in 2023 to 2024. So let us all give Ms. Raf a big round of applause. Partner, welcome naman natin. Hello po, Ms. Raf. Are you still there?
Po. Welcome po.
Ayan, hello everyone and to our host and also to our listeners. Ayan, kay Joanna. Feeling ko nakalimutan mo na. Nagkita na tayo last time. Hindi lang tayo ACADS, no? Nagkita na tayo one time during your film shoot. I don't know if during NMYC yata. Virtual pa siya ha. If you remember Kuya CJ, right? Parang you borrowed a camera. Yeah, ayun. So, yeah, it's not just ACAD. Grabe ka na, Joanna.
Oo nga, I remember we were we're on a photo shoot kila Kuya,
Yeah,
sila Kuya Miko.
Yeah. Yes.
Oo nga, I remember na. So, ayan, hello po, kamusta naman kayo?
Ayan, okay naman. Kumusta naman kayo? Alam ko busy sa PUP since palapit na yung exam natin, yung finals natin. No? So, compared sa other schools, tapos na sila. Kaya mapapasana o na lang tayong taga-PUP sa kanila.
So, yun. As a fourth year po, di ba? How are you doing po with your ACADS naman?
Ala, anong ACADS? Ano ba yan? What's that word? Charis. Currently, nagkwento. Currently, I have thesis and also yung internship and also may back subject ako ng strat tax, no? So I'm currently taking again strategic tax management, no? So I have Saturday classes pero so far kaya pa naman. So despite of the responsibilities din sa NF and also yung thesis, papalapit na yung final defense and also yung internship task, no? So I'm currently juggling with all of the responsibilities but so far so good naman.
That's good to hear po actually, pero grabe, ang dami niyang na-list doon, partner. Parang hindi ko naman ang dami, parang eto, may thesis, may ay naku po. Parang kinakabahan ako.
Siguro ang question ko na lang po kay Miss Raf, paano nyo po kinakaya? Ayun, gandang question. Paano nyo po kinakaya and parang ano po yung reason nyo bakit nyo kinakaya?
Paano kinakaya? Kasi kailangan kayanin. Pero yung time management siguro put na siya and feeling ko naman hindi lang siya within time management. No? Siguro with ayun nga sa dami ng responsibilities as a student leader, yung prioritization lang siguro na mga kailangan mong gawin. Though hindi naman sa lahat ng bagay na natatapos siya on time. Admittedly, ang dami ko ring delays when it comes to responsibility sa thesis, when it comes to other responsibilities. No? So, siguro yung pagiging, accountable lang, and yung pagpa-prioritize natin ng mga kailangan nating tapusin. No?
Ayun. O, diba?
Ayun, grabe.
Grabe yun.
First part pa lang, partner, nai-inspire na tayo.
O, diba? Parang kailangan ko na ihinto yung pagtulog ko lagi. Kasi kapag pagod ako, tinutulog ko lang. Pero ganun pala talaga, no? Kailangan natin ma-inspire to continue. Ganun.
Oo. So, minimum partner, wag ka na matulog.
Wag na matulog.
Pero ayun nga, partner, thank you, Ms. Raf. Pero I think there's someone else we have to give light to naman. So, kanina pa siya nandyan, partner. So, you can go ahead and introduce our second guest.
Yes, dahil nga pasabog yung episode natin today, dalawa ang pasabog natin na guest. So our second guest is the National Vice President for Membership, NFJPIA Aqualuxis Federation 2023 to 2024. He is also the chairperson, NFJPIA Commission on Election 2023 to 2024. Grabe naman. Let us all welcome Mr. John Ryan De Vera. Ayan, welcome po. Hello.
Ayan, hello, good afternoon everyone to our dearest PUPJP. Magandang hapon. Again, I am John Ryan at nag-iiwan ng isang kasabihan na kapag ubos na ang damo, bigyan mo ng bonus ang hardinero. Charing!
Grabe yun.
Ang witty nun.
Charing lang. Ayan, hello Joanna and Aaron. Kamusta naman kayo?
Ebs naman, ikaw ba kuya, mas nako-curious kami on your part kasi you have the same position as one of our EOs here na parang one of the head or the co-heads in this event, which is membership. So curious lang ako if like ano naman ba yung pag-handle ng membership when it comes to the national level? Wala lang. Ano lang ako?
Ayan. Ayan, sa NF, of course, you expect a lot of questions, queries, kanyan. Pero slay lang talaga. Talaga namang na-handle naman siya properly. Time management. Pudpud na yung time management. But of course, kailangan talaga ng matindiyang time management. And lastly, of course, the level of prioritization. Kailangan yung gagawin mo for today is something na nasa line of priority para at least wala tayong natatamaan ng mga deadlines, walang mga delay, and hindi nagkaroon ng problem sa end. And hindi ka nagmumukhang hindi islayable.
So, ayun, partner. Ikaw ba?
Ang question ko po is, besides sa ACADS and orgs, ano po yung pampalibang nyo sa sarili nyo? Like, libangan, ganun. Kasi syempre po, nakaka-stress po yung ACADS and yung orgs dahil, ayun nga po, sabi nyo, daming delivs, ang daming gaganapan, ganun. So, ano po yung hobbies or napapagkaabalahan nyo?
Ayan. Aside sa NF, aside sa pagiging estudyante, wala na akong buhay talaga. Dito na lang umiikot yung mundo ko. Hindi, char. Hindi, pero yung personal ko na parang pamper time ko, personally, parang pag walang ACADS and walang NF ng sabay, talagang bumabawi ako sa panonood ng TikTok videos, ng mga vlog, and ngayon talaga yung something na pinagkakaabalahan ko lately, yung mga pampalibang, especially for you segment in Showtime. Ayun talaga yung pinagkakaabalahan ko ngayon, like, ini-stream ko yung mga different episodes kasi talaga gusto ko lang makichismis, paano kayo naghiwalay? Deserve niyo maghiwalay? Charing.
The inner Marites is coming out for
Tama.
for Ryan.
So, syempre, aside dun sa mga episode ng Showtime na especially for you, of course, yung mga gwapong searchy, kailangan malaman yung Facebook nila. Kailangan malaman yung IG nila.
Parang gawain ko din po yun. Joke lang.
Diba? Follow lang. Inspiration. Sharing lang.
Para lang makaget by, no? Kunwari, may nangyayaring aganapan sa ACADS, tapos stress ka na. Tingnan mo yung picture, kunin mo yung phone. Ay, okay na ulit. Sulat na ulit.
Kailangan ko ng pogi.
Yun na lang yung naging motivation. So, ayun, partner, kung ano-ano na naging nachika nila sa atin when it comes to their personal life. I think we can now go sa ating main topic, which is, partner, ano nga ba yung main topic natin?
Hala, feel ko ang main topic talaga natin dito is yung buhay ng isa't isa lang. Hey, joke lang. Pero ayun, so speaking of yung sa Showtime nga, na mga nagbibigay sila ng stories nila about dun sa past relationships nila, bakit hindi nag-work. So dito, ang story na magaganap or pagkukwentuhan natin is yung coming out stories nyo po. So, kindly enlighten us po, paano po yung naganap sa coming out stories ninyo?
Coming out story, oh my God, grabe yung hirap ng question. Hindi, ayun, growing up kasi, wala naman talaga akong literal na coming out story, like na kakusapin yung magulang, parang i-reveal ko that I am gay, ganyan, na hindi po straight yung anak niyo. Because growing up naman, ganito na ako, bata pa lang. Like, bata pa lang, alam ko na that I am gay, alam ko na malambot ako, alam ko na yung ginagawa ng ibang kalalakihan is something na wala sa interest ko. That's why growing up, hindi ako nagkaroon ng coming out story na mabigat because lucky enough na my parents are understanding and tinanggap nila ako ng buong puso nang walang sumbat, gano'n. And just to share lang din, when I was in junior high school, di ba grade 10, yun lagi kaputukan ng mga retreat, may mga ganung activities sa mga school ninyo. If you're from Catholic school, mayroon kayong mga retreat. And yung during that time kasi, magbabayad ng retreat fee yung parents ko sa school. And natapatan na nandun yung school directress namin. And yung school directress namin, kinausap niya yung parents ko regarding my sexual orientation or regarding maybe a gay kid, no? And doon ko talaga napatunayan that my parents really loved me nang walang sumbat regardless kung ano man ako ngayon, because doon parang tatay ko pa yung nagsabi na wala namang problema sa kanila if ganito ako, because I know and they know then that I am mabait na bata. Hindi naman ako yung naging problemang anak, hindi naman ako yung bata na magkukos ng problema sa family. Ako yung tipo ng anak na kung ano yung gusto ng magulang gagawin ko. Ako yung tipo ng anak na kung ano yung pinagagawa ng magulang gagawin ko, no? And ayun din yung pinanghawakan ko growing up na of course kung ano yung gusto ng parents ko gagawin ko because sila yung nagpapaaral sa akin. And having very supportive parents about sa mga gusto kong gawin in life is something na talagang narelieve ako. Because even before, nung bata pa ako na, yeah, I know to myself, I am gay. Pero diba, parang darating ka sa point na parang kailangan hindi mo ipahalata na bakla ka kasi baka husgahan ka. The right rough, you are...
alam mo, tama ka dyan, Ryan.
Diba, kakarelate ka dito na parang nung bata ako, parang, ay hindi, kailangan magtigas-tigasan ako kasi kasi baka maano ko ng magulang ko. But during that moment, kinausap ako ng school directress namin, sinabi niya na, alam mo Ryan, you are lucky enough to have a parents like them. Hindi ka nila pinipressure na magpakalalaki, hindi ka nila pinipressure na baguhin kung ano ka. Mahal ka nila kung sino ka. And you are lucky enough to have a parents like them. And for me, no, sobrang laking relief niya. Like, after nun talaga. Hindi naman sa tumodo yung pagiging bakla, pero wala lang wala lang limitations. Wala, sige.
Wala na pumigil.
Sino kayo dyan? Ako
labas.
Anak niyo na ako. How about you, Raf?
Ayan, for my coming out story, actually halos same lang siya kay Ryan, but for me kasi, iba lang yung, what do you call this? Since iba yung environment ko. So, just a background, no? I originally came from a province. So, siyempre sa mga probinsya, very limited lang din before. Kasi sa amin, parang wala pang gaanong access sa internet. Super, super isolated kasi ng province namin, which is sa Batanes siya, no? So, super isolated niya during the past years. And parang recently lang nagkaroon lang ng stable internet connection. But, ayun, growing up sa province, though hindi naman siya ganun ka-limited, but syempre, as a anak ng my parents kasi is a school official, so they are part of the academe, and syempre onte lang din yung school sa Batanes, so kada galaw mo doon asahan mo na makakarating siya agad to your parents, no? So parang very limited lang din during that time yung mga galaw ko, and at some point, no, kasi hindi rin ganun kalawak yung knowledge ko when it comes to sexual orientation and such, yung pag-identify natin sa sexuality natin, no, hindi pa siya ganun kalawak, no? So during those time, I feel like hindi pa ganun ka-expressive like now. I can wear dresses and such. I can wear makeup with no other critics from my families, no, from my family. But during those time, parang I felt like I was in a closet somehow. Na parang ayun nga, katulad nung sinabi ni Ryan, na parang hindi mo ipapahalata. I mean, ipapakita mo na like you're masculine enough, no. So during those times, sumasali pa kami ng mga, if you're aware sa mga Boy Scouts na camping, no, yun, sobrang palasali talaga ako sa mga na kompleto ko yata hanggang grade 10, no. So parang recently lang during senior high school, since nag-senior high school na ako dito sa Manila, parang doon lang ako na-introduce na, ganito pala, parang ibang-iba talaga siya to where I came from, parang ibang-iba yung environment. So parang doon ako nakakita ng mga babaeng putok na putok yung lip tint, kala mo naman kung anong kinain, pulang-pula yung lapi, pulang-pula yung pisngi. Like legit, parang, oh my God, ganito pala yung estudyante sa Manila, like senior high school pa lang. Kasi sa amin, pag nag-makeup ka ng ganun on a daily basis, parang pagtatawanan ka. Pero dito sa Manila, normal pala siya. So, nawindang talaga ako, no? So, actually, yung coming out ko talaga is like recently lang, pandemic. Yung as in yung when I told my parents, no? So parang it was, I believe, 2020. Pero yung coming out na yun, it's not like the other coming out stories kasi yung same kay Ryan nga na parang validation lang siya of what my sexuality is to my parents, no? Since they are fully aware based on how yung mga kinikilos ko, mga ganun, alam nila na I am not like straight, no? So, so doon parang I'm really lucky like Ryan, no? Since hindi ganun yung, unlike, though hindi naman natin na ano, pero I'm one of the lucky people to have experienced na walang gaanong panunumbat when it comes to the family on what my sexuality is. So I'm very lucky on that part. And so far, yun, parang, pero hindi siya ganun kasi hindi siya unlike others nga na so big nung revelation ng sexuality. So parang okay, parang pagkasabi ko na ganito ako, tinanggap naman, alam naman nila, parang yun yung term ni Papa that time na parang they're just waiting for me to really tell them kasi ayaw nilang pangunahan ako when it comes to my decision. So that's for my coming out story.
OMG, napaka-heartwarming nung story. Kasi syempre, in our country, kasi parang predominant natin yung Catholic na parang tradition, na culture. Parang it's heartwarming to know na there are parents talaga na accepting, and grabe yung progression na nangyayari sa ating mindset, lalo sa ating mga older people. It's so refreshing to hear na parang wala akong naranasan ng belt or hindi ako naranasang i-shame man lang ng ganun. Parang feels so nice to know that there are parents like that. And for sure, partner, you have something to say about that.
Yes. So, ayun. So, sa side ko kasi, hindi ko pa nasasabi. So, ang tanong ko lang po is, ano po yung masasabi nyo for those na hindi pa nila masabi? Parang just an inspiration lang po. Parang some things na makakonsider nila para mag-go. So, ano po yung masasabi nyo about dun? Kasi parang nako-curious din po ako.
Ayan, siguro for me, ako na nauna, no? Siguro for me, what I can say, katulad ng sinasabi na rin ng marami, though feeling ko narinig mo naman na siya, it's your own timing. Kasi mararamdaman mo yung sa sarili mo when you feel that the time is right to say na ganito ka, lalabas siya ng magaan. Hindi siya yung parang napipilitan ka lang kasi ganito, ganyan. So parang it's based on your own gut feeling. So trust your gut. So maniwala ka sa kutob-kutob kasi hindi nagfe-feel yung gut. For me ha. So ikaw Ryan, baka may maidadagdag ka.
Ayan, and I think kaya hindi pa masabi sa parents mo, it's because hindi ka pa ready to reveal no, kung sino ka talaga to your parents. And of course, take all the time that you need to ready yourselves, no? So, wag mo pangunahan yung sarili mo that because we have a success coming out story, kailangan mag-reveal ka na din para magkaroon ka na ng sarili mong coming out story. I-take mo yung lahat ng time na kailangan mo para mahanda mo yung sarili mo sa pag-out to your parents, no? And I assure you, no, during that time that you think that you are perfectly ready, no, everything will go smoothly and everything will go according to your wants.
Ayun. Thank you so much po, nakagaan sa loob. Ayun. Parang meron akong kasama dito na parang support system, ganun, may para ganun. Basta ganun. Hala, wait lang, bakit ba ganun, partner?
Piling ko naiiyak ka na partner. Ano ba yan? Pigilan mo yan.
This can't be happening.
Mo yung luha mo.
Ulit. Pero ayun, thank you so much po sa mga insights nyo about that. And sana yung mga nakikinig sa atin ngayon, parang nare-realize din nila na, ganito pala. So, we don't have to force things. Parang we need to trust din yung intuition natin sometimes. Kasi nakaka-help din siya sa atin na maiwasan yung mga unexpected things na mangyari. Ayun. So, ikaw, partner, ano masasabi mo?
Honestly, partner, mas curious din ako. I have like a thought on my head. Oh, English. I have a thought on my head. Since kasi in Manila, Miss Raf mentioned earlier na parang in Manila kasi like very open na parang I just want to know ano ba yung naging difference with being exposed to the people of the same like sexual orientation, and like how did it affect you when it comes to like dressing up on your own, or like how did it affect the overall perspective on life? Kasi syempre iba kapag may kasama ka to relate. So I just want to know kung ano yung naging effect nun for having like people of the same kind. So ayan.
Okay, so for that one, siguro ayun nga, recently lang talaga I tried to wear dresses and such. No, so kasi during senior high school, parang sa university or sa school namin, hindi allowed talaga yung cross-dressing when it comes to, for example, may mga trans din kasi during my senior high, no, parang they still wear the usual uniform, lalo na may uniform yung school namin. They usually wear the polo and the slacks, no, kahit they are transitioning na, no? So parang hindi pa ganun ka-open yung university namin at that time, no? So by seeing recently, lalo na every day I learn or we learn new things, no? So learning never stops actually. So parang when it comes to seeing others na openly dressed na sa public, no, dati kasi hiyang-hiya pa talaga ako, like pati pag naka-makeup pag lumalabas, so nahihiya pa ako when pag lumalabas ako with friends, so like minimal powder lang, pero ngayon kahit glam na siya, I can really go out with that, no? So parang yung seeing people within the community, parang they somehow boost my confidence na parang okay lang pala na makita ka ng iba na nakaganto, okay lang pala na makita ka nilang nakatakong, okay lang pala makita ka nilang nakaskirt, no? So parang at some point of my life, parang natutunan ko na to really don't give a doon sa mga tao kasi wala naman silang pake sa'yo, no? So parang you live your own life, and yung comments nila wala naman yang mabuting ibibigay sa pagkatao mo, no? So ayun, parang naging parang somehow support system ko yung mga tao around me.
Ayan. And to add up lang din, no? So, same with Raf, no? The confidence, the morale, sobrang lang na-boost because having people within your surrounding in the same kind, parang sinusuportahan ka with everything that you want, that everything that you do. And aside from that, nabibigay din nila yung freedom that you need to freely express yourself, no? So, pag yung tao talaga sobrang supportado sa paligid mo, hindi mo isipin yung sabihin ng tao outside your circle. May pakialam ka lang sa tao within your circle, no? Parang, yes, ano naman kung naka-makeup ako, this makeup makes me more confident. And wala kayong magagawa para alisin yung confidence na meron ako. And yung confidence na to is something na pinangahawakan ko to face the world, no? And having people talaga na nakapaligid sa'yo na really support everything that you do, no? Not just the freedom, it's also yung kalayaan, same with freedom. Pero nandun talaga yung parang lahat ng gagawin mo will go according to your will. Lahat ng gagawin mo, magagawa mo siya kasi gusto mo. Walang pumipigil sa'yo. And kahit internally, no, walang pumipigil sa'yo na gawin yung bagay na yan. Kasi yung mga bagay na nagbibigay sa'yo ng kalayaan, yung mga bagay na nagbibigay sa'yo ng comfort, ay ayon yung mga bagay na lalo pang nagbo-boost ng moral mo and lalo pang nagpapalabas ng skills and capabilities mo as a person, as a human, as a student, and as a leader. And many more kinds.
So, thank you so much for answering that. It's so lang talaga na parang with people around you talaga, parang what you are exposed to or what you are being part of or whatever environment you are in, it really dictates as to ano nga ba yung mindset mo. And at the same time, parang mas nagiging yung utak mo na it's okay na I'm like this, it's okay na okay lang, I can do this, I can be proud of who I am. And I really appreciate that you guys are very confident and very kudos to that kind of mindset. So ayun po, since mag-usapan na natin earlier yung parang naging struggle ni Miss Raph with the province thing, we would want to know if ano nga ba yung challenges na nafe-face ng LGBTQIA community.
Ayan. So, siguro let's start po muna kay Miss Raph ulit.
Okay, so for the challenges, evident pa naman sa situation natin ngayon, and also in the Philippines, no. At this point of we're still on the process of ayun nga, passing the SOGI bill and everything, no. So parang ang mindset kasi ng other people when we talk about SOGI bill, parang it's just for the people within the community, wherein the fact hindi naman lang siya para doon sa people within the community, but also for everyone, since it is a protection for all of us against discrimination. Yun yung parang one of the nakikita kong challenges, but personal challenge, I don't see anything big when it comes to personal kasi katulad ng nasabi ko kanina, wala akong pakialam sa kung ano yung iniisip ng iba on how I should express myself when it comes to the public, no. So aside doon sa SOGI bill, siguro one challenge pa is like though hindi naman actually siya challenge, but though hindi naman sa I respect other religions, but there are some that are like very vocal na like may nakikita ko minsan sa social media or sa TikTok, parang there are still other people in the community na hindi pa tayo tanggap, but we're on the process to let other people accept the community, no. So if Ryan may add something.
Ayan, no, if si Raph wala siyang pakialam even before sa sasabihin ng ibang tao, ako naman sobrang overthinker ko na lahat ng sinasabi ng tao sa akin before, talagang iniisip ko, dinadamdam ko. And maybe one of the challenges talaga that nakakaharapin mo as a member of the community is people see you as less capable, na parang hindi niya kaya yan kasi bading yan, wag yan, bading yan, yung mga ganong bagay talaga. Sobrang akong na-expose sa mga ganong circumstances na parang nawawalan ako ng opportunity because ganito ako, because nakikita nila na I am less capable of a human. Parang nakikita nila ako as parang hindi kayang gawin yung bagay na ginagawa ng mga kalalakihan during my time. Because if I remember it correctly, in our class, in elementary and high school, ako lang yung bading. Of course, if kailangan ng lalaki, hindi ako yung unang choice na pipiliin nila. Kasi nga, wag yan, bading yan. Ayun yung parang they see me as someone na less capable of doing the things that man usually do. And dito ko lang din na parang na-overcome yung ganong pag-uugali na i-overthink yung mga sinasabi nila. Ngayon, parang talagang wala na akong pakialam sa mga sinasabi niyo because I know, yung core ko ngayon, hindi na siya yung core na meron ako dati. Hindi yung, kumbaga yung paniniwala ko before kasi parang sinabi ako na less capable. Parang dinamdam ko siya na, baka nga talaga less capable ako as a human. Kaya parang pag kailangan ng volunteers, gano'n, hindi ako yung someone na magtaas ng kamay to volunteer because yun nga, they see me as less capable. But now, if looking for volunteers, ako talaga yung nangunguna na magtaas ng kamay to be the volunteer, to help, no? Because I know to myself that I am capable, na napatunayan ko siya that I am capable and mayroon akong kayang patunayan in our community. And I'm looking forward then, no, na yung mga members natin in general, no, na ma-realize nyo that you are really capable of doing the things that a normal people do.
Ayun.
Just to tumingit, just to add lang dun sa sinabi ni Ryan, no? Siguro, we need to really destroy the mindset kasi alam ko there are still families, no? Parang, for example, ikaw papakilala ka ng magulang mo to some of their friends, no? Parang, for example, ito sa Raf, bading siya, pero laging may kasunod na pero, no? So, parang we need to really destroy the mindset na, in general, as a person, parang, hindi naman natin kailangang may mapatunayan para to justify yung sexuality natin, no? So parang there are times na though hindi ko siya na-experience, but there are still people who are experiencing those na parang laging may kasunod na pero pag pinapakilala ka, which is hindi dapat kasi for example, lalo na sa panahon ngayon, people are really capable of doing anything. Parang hindi lang siya nakukulong, hindi lang laman lahat nakukulong sa kayang gawin ng lalaki, sa kayang gawin ng babae, no? So parang as long as you know that kaya mo siyang gawin, no, you are capable of doing it, you can be. So kasi parang nagmumukha siyang sumbat, no? Kaya siguro one of the challenges din of coming out to others, parang kailangan mong may mapatunayan pa. Kailangan mong may patunayan sa pamilya mo para makapag-come out ka, which is hindi dapat. Kasi as long as you are comfortable with who you are, no, so lalo na your families at your back, no, they are supportive naman, you can freely come out without anything na kailangan mong makakuha ng CPA na para mapatunayan na ganito ka, ganyan ka. So parang let's destroy that mindset.
So ayan po, ang dami niyo pong nasabi, grabe yun. Pero ayun, ang masasabi ko lang po is even ngayon, this year na 2024 na, parang laganap pa rin yung discrimination sa atin. So even though sabihin natin na wala tayong pake, we still have feelings po. Ayun. So, siguro sa mga nanonood, sa lahat sa atin, like, even though nasasabi namin yun, we still have feelings and be mindful po sa words. I mean, emotions and opinions are valid, pero nasa atin yung responsibility kung ano yung magiging outcome nun. So, given nga po na nabigay natin yung parang somehow weaknesses ng pagiging part po ng community. So, ano po yung mga strengths of an LGBTQIA+ leader na kagaya nyo po and importance of representation in student organizations like JPIA po? Ayan.
For me, one of the strengths talaga of having a member of the community as a leader is you are really capable of doing both genders can do. Ako, I can do what a man can do. I can do what a woman can do. No? So, you are really capable of doing both roles. No? And of course, the importance din ng representation kasi through our representation, meron tayong nai-inspire na potential leaders to step up sunod sa'yo. No? Based from my experience, no, when I was an RVP in R3, no, yung representation ko as the RVP mem during that time, inspire one of the leaders na meron tayo ngayon here in JPN community na through my representation, through my leadership in NFJPN RT, na-inspire siya to step up and also lead our co-JPNs. Nasa local chapter man siya, sa regional council man siya. No? What's really important is meron tayong na-inspire to step up and to lead them, our community. No? Kasi hindi naman important kung gaano kalaki yung sakop ng literatura mo. No? What important is you are capable of leading and you are capable of inspiring individuals.
Just to add kay Ryan, actually, same lang naman yung sasabihin ko, but I want to put more importance kung gaano kalaki yung importansya ng representation. Kasi just like what Ryan shared, ako naman personally, I can share this current federation of there is a one of my counterparts in the local chapter level. Parang he is inspired kasi he is openly gay. No? Parang one time after if you're familiar with NFJPIA Caravan, NFJPIA Caravan was conducted during the first quarter. We have met with our regional counterparts and also our local chapter counterparts. No? Parang somewhere after the discussion or the technical discussion for the audit department, no? Parang I received a message kasi syempre, though hindi naman kami friends, but syempre nag-check ako sometimes. So may nag-pop up sa message request ko na mentioning parang how he is inspired, no? Parang seeing someone in the national platform of how expressive I am when it comes to different matters. Parang he mentioned that he was inspired to also lead doon sa kanilang local chapter since I believe he is still second year yata. Second year pa lang siya. So parang doon ko na-realize na kasi prior to that, parang ang tingin kasi lalo na when it comes to the position, parang hindi talaga ganun ka-visible si Audit is the one of the parang backstage person ng council, no? So parang it's nice knowing that there are still people seeing you, that there is someone na inspire ka, no? So parang nakakataba ng puso reading his message, no? So tuwang-tuwa talaga ako nung nakita ko na parang may importance din pala bakit ako nandito sa national level, no? So parang it's really how you inspire people, no? So yun yung gusto ko sanang bigyan ng importance, yung representation, kasi representation goes a long way. Kasi pag may nakita yung, for example, yung isang leader, parang makikita nila, possible pala na ganito. So parang ganun kahalaga yung representation for me.
Ayan. And if I may add lang din, no, and to share lang din to our listeners, no, I am a product of na-inspire because of the representation, no. So just to share lang, no, when I was in first year, no, during that time, hindi pa ako officer ng JPIA. Sa local chapter pa lang ako namin as during that time, officer na ako as an associate director. And yung regional council namin, which is NFJPIA Region 3, no, yung RCP that time was Miss Axel, no. And Miss Axel is a transgender woman. If you could remember her, no, si Miss Axel. And yung representation ng Miss Axel inspired me to also lead our co-JPN. So that's why the following year, no, I applied in Region 3 naman to be an associate, no. So as you can see, no, as someone na na-inspire sa representation ng isang individual, na-inspire ka and gusto mo sumunod ka sa mga legacy na binubuo niya and bumuo din ng sariling kwento. And now, no, here I am in NFJP, no, serving our co-JPs. And I really believe that inspired people inspire people.
Grabe, ang ganda nun. Inspire people. Oo lang, feeling ko yung viewers natin ngayon, sobrang yung puso nila na-touch. Kasi, syempre as JPNs, syempre we have struggles. You mentioned na kapag may representation talaga sa isang org or kahit saan man, it makes you feel na confidence is there and iba yung nabibigay niya na influence. And I really admire you guys din kasi yung roles nyo in advocating such positions and at the same time, yung mga pinagdadaanan nyo with the current issues with the LGBT, parang it makes the people see na okay lang man pala na sumali ako and kahit ganito ako. Kasi there are people na nag-represent sa akin and they are proud and they are even reaching such level. National yun national yung position So like, parang grabe. Na-touch talaga ako, partner. I'm lost for words with all they said.
Ayan, oo nga, partner. Like, kahit ako din naman, like, super national, grabe. Ako nga, hindi pa ako nag-apply na officer, pero parang because of them, parang gusto ko din mag-try na maging officer, di ba? Oh, grabe, ang dami nilang na-prove talaga na hindi porket ganyan sila is, parang idadaw, hindi katulad yung dati na back to their elementary days na sinasabi, ay, hindi mo kaya yan kasi ganito ka lang. Like, parang binigyan ka na agad ng conclusion na hanggang dito ka na lang. Ngayon? Nasampal kayo ngayon, guys. Look at them now. Ayan, super slaying na sila, diba? So, ayan, partner. Ano pa nga ba ang ganap sa atin?
Actually, partner, ngayong natapos na tayo sa strength nila as leaders and importance ng representation sa organizations, let's move on sa ano nga ba yung nangyayari ngayong month. Kasi, palagi tayong Pride Month, we're having events, tulad sa QC, pero ba't nga ba importante na mayroong month dedicated for the LGBTQIA community? Kasi there are a lot of pressing issues na, ba't sila may sariling month, ba't walang men's month, ganun. Yun po yung argument ng iba, diba? So, for you guys, and meaning ko yung viewers din, interested sila kung bakit nga ba kailangan or bakit may month na dedicated for the LGBTQIA.
Ayan. For me, June is clearly for the to highlight yung members ng community. But every day naman, there's no specific month. In general, there's no specific dapat na more gender should be celebrated kasi it's meant to be celebrated every day. Hindi lang dapat sa June natin sinaselebrate yung sexuality natin, yung sexual orientation natin, yung sexualidad natin in general. Kasi our sexuality is meant to be celebrated every day. Hindi lang kailangan may specific na araw for it to be celebrated.
Yes, and I agree with Raf, no, actually, na dapat talaga everyday you celebrate who you are, no? You celebrate your freedom, you celebrate yung capabilities na meron ka as a human, no? Nasaan ka mang community na papabilang, no? And having June as our Pride Month, no, parang it is to further promote our advocacy, no, to really championing for inclusion inclusivity, equality, no, that everyone will be given an equal opportunity, no. Nasa rainbow community ka man or nasa ibang community ka man, no, you are given an equal opportunity. And of course, no, Pride Month then is a celebration for us na parang, magsama-sama, like the Pride March in QC, na parang magsama-sama tayong mga members and ally of the community para at least, di ba, celebrate natin yung something great that is currently happening na hindi man lahat mula pa sa pinaglalaban natin, hindi man lahat aware sa advocacy na meron tayo. But at least every day, no, every challenging day that we are facing, no, we are able to enlighten someone na maaari makatulong natin ipakalat yung words na meron tayo and yung advocacy na meron tayo. And having someone, no, na ma-enlighten every single day will allow us na magkaroon ng more inclusive and more equalized community wherein negativity could not foster. Charis. Diba na?
Ala, parang kakabugin mo si Catriona.
Mamaya magsasabi na yun, in the slumps of time, no? So, ayun, I agree. Everything na Makasip Alliance is an opportunity for us to be proud of who we are, and at the same time, yung Pride Month din talaga, partner, is something na special for the rainbow community. And I think this kind of month, hindi lang siya for like festivals, kasi usually, parang iniisip lang nila, QC Pride Month, may mga band na gano'n, may mga fairs, events. So, parang, there's more to it, partner. And viewers, there's more to celebrate in Pride Month. Hindi lang siya a-attend kayo or susuot tayo ng ganito ganyan. There's more to it. So, ayan, partner. What can you say about that naman?
Ayan, ang na-realize ko lang is, di ba, rainbow nga. So, parang yung past nila, which serves as rain, na parang super lungkot, ganun. Tapos, time goes by, tapos biglang nagkaroon ng araw, which is where they are right now, na ang daming na-fulfill na achievements and all. Tapos, biglang naging, ayan, nakita yung rainbow. So, parang this month, hindi lang siya all about happiness, ganun, and all. Hindi naman kailangan, pero at least malaman ng ibang tao na nandito kami, we are proving something, and parang sana may maka-appreciate sa amin. Like, hindi naman kami nag-hope na parang kailangan lang na sana maintindihan tayo ng ibang tao, ganun. So, given that na important yung month natin ngayon, ano po yung advice po to those young people na maaring nakakanood ngayon sa atin na beginning pa lang or nagsisimula pa lang i-explore yung Soji nila? Ayun.
Ako talaga, my ultimate advice would be surround yourself with people who empower you. Isurround mo yung sarili mo ng mga taong sinusuportahan kung ano yung gusto mong gawin sa buhay mo, and surround yourself with people na alam mong kasama mo, no, all throughout the process, all throughout your exploration, no. Even naman ngayon, no, as a leader, no, ang lagi kong line sa NF, sige, explore ko, explore ko lang, because every day is a learning process, no. Every day meron kang bagong matututunan, every day may bagong kaalaman na papasok in your mind, and every day ensure to be surrounded with people who could be with you all throughout your exploration, who empowers you. And of course, very important then that you are surrounded with people na talagang, alam mo yon, backbone mo talaga. Sila yung kakapitan mo during the times that you are barely surviving na lang. Naganto na lang yung kapit mo sa buhay, pero you are surrounded by people na talagang, ay hindi, bakla, ilaban mo yan, te, hindi pwedeng dito ka dito, te. Ano to? Kailangan araw-araw 10 of 10 tayo, te. Ganun. Yung mga ganun tao, no? Very important that you are surrounded with those kind of people.
Just to add to what Ryan said, siguro my advice for the people who are still exploring their sexual orientation, their sexual identity, no? So siguro, just be kind to yourself. Kasi, ayun nga, katulad ng sinabi ng Bini, ang buhay ay di karera, no? So, hindi naman paunahan yung pagka-come out natin. We find our own time, no? So, kung sa tingin mo sa iba, parang ang dali lang nung nag-come out siya, but sa akin parang hindi ko magawa, no? So, also learn to appreciate yourself, kasi pag mas lalo mong minibigyan yung sarili mo ng rason para hindi mag-out or somewhat like that, parang mas lalo kang mahihirapan na i-show kung sino ka talaga, no? So, I would like also to echo yung sinabi na Ryan, to surround yourself with people who support you, kasi sila yung mga taong naiintindihan ka, and sila yung mga taong hindi magsasawang intindihin ka, lalo na sila yung mga taong nandyan nung hindi ka pa nag-out, and it's nice to see that sila pa rin yung mga taong makakasama mo kapag nag-out ka, parang hindi maiiba yung treatment nila sa'yo. So, that's how important, I believe, selecting ng mga people na belong sa circle mo. Kasi when you include other people na, though hindi naman natin may iwasan that sometimes may mga makiking kaibigan tayo na like dadaan lang sa buhay natin, parang ganun. Pero find those people na mananatili hanggang dulo. No? So para at the end of the day, you don't just have yourself, no? When it comes to, for example, pag tinalikuran ka na ng mundo, you still have other people to turn to, no? Hindi lang yung sarili mo yung nandyan para sa'yo, no? So, katulad nga ng sabi ni Senator Risa, no? Parang pag di ba kung sino-sino nang sinasay natin, but reliable naman to. Sabi nga ni Senator Risa, if you feel that others tinalikuran ka na, wag mong kalimutan na nandyan pa rin siya. So the thought is somewhat like that, no? So parang during this yung battle natin to passing the rights, no? Hindi natin kailangang isipin na mag-isa tayo during this battle, no? We have ayan si Senator Risa, we have our friends, no, who is there to be with us along the way.
Ayun, so na-quote pa nga si Miss Risa. So, ayun, sabi nga nila, surround yourself with people that empower you. And honestly, I agree on that. Kasi what you surround yourself with is what you manifest in life and what you have and what you'll be in the future. Kasi if you surround yourself with people na sasabihan ka ng, huwag na, tama na yan, or okay na yan, may wag ka na sumali dyan. Ano na lang tayo, karat na lang tayo, ganon. Parang syempre, iba yung magiging effect nun sa atin as leaders and at the same time as JPN. So, as someone din na, nag-struggle din with friendships and somehow, nag-bounce back with the people with me now, parang it's nice knowing na we have people to rely on na tanggap tayo kung sino tayo and at the same time, sila pa yun pupush sa atin when times are tough na. Like, Ryan said earlier, hindi pwede. Nararamdaman dapat tayo, hindi pwede sumuko. So, parang those little things that they do for us is what make and at the same time parang we can appreciate na okay lang palang may struggles ako sa life kasi people are there to be there with me. So ayun, that's for me, for my ang aking chita for today.
Yung sa akin kasi parang siguro i-general ko na yung sa akin, yung sasabihin ko. Parang, you have to build yourself first. Like, parang i-compose mo yung sarili mo bago mo i-spread yung identity mo sa ibang tao. Kasi kung ikaw mismo hindi mo pa nabubuo or nabibuild yung sarili mo, parang may hirapan din na intindihin ng ibang tao yung sarili mo. So, ayun. So, bale, for me, build yourself first. Surround yourself with friends that will help build positive energy para sa'yo. Tapos, lagi mong iisipin na even though maraming tao yung ayaw sa'yo, ganun, yung parang hindi naniniwala sa'yo, at least yung sarili mo naniniwala na kaya mong gawin kahit ano. And ayun nga, sabi nga nila, there will always be a rainbow after the rain. Ayun.
Ang ganda nun. Confidence! Peace!
Hindi nyo kaya. Joke lang. Pero ayun.
Akala ko sasabihin niya, there's always a cloud at the end of the rainbow. Akala ko pa ganun, papunta dun yung sasabihin ni Aiden.
Pero ayun po, parang may something po kayo na dapat i-chika. Parang meron po ata kayong ipopromote. Ayun. Meron po ba kayong ipopromote nga?
Ayan. Of course. No, thank you for this opportunity. Charing. Ayun. To proceed, hello to our PUP JPS and of course JPS across the Philippines. The search for the next National Executive Officer is still ongoing, no? So we will be opening these special elections once we ended our second regular elections this coming week, no? So expect postings on Comelec page, no? So ensure to please follow and like the Comelec page of NFJP para at least you're in the loop. Ano pa nga ba yung mga vacant positions that we will be filling in during our special election. And I know that our JPs are really capable of serving our co-JPN. So grab this opportunity and lead our JPN community. Thank you.
Okay, so thank you so much po, Mr. Ryan, for promoting. Kasi syempre, kailangan natin ng new leaders. Ano ba? Hindi pwedeng tungka tayo dyan, no? Kailangan may susunod agad. So, ayun, partners, speaking of susunod agad. So, parang sa ating community din, sa PUPJP Manila, for our last episode, parang parang related siya, no? Pero before that, Mag-thank you muna tayo, syempre. So, ayun. Thank you po so much for being here with us. And we really appreciate that you guys are there to enlighten us with your coming out stories, with the strengths of JPL leaders. At the same time, feeling ko yung viewers natin, more than inspired sila. Feeling ko, magsasabi na sila, okay, push ko na to. Magrara na din ako for council. Hindi lang confidence yung binigay, position na din. So, ayan, partner, ano nga ba yung susunod nating episode?
Ayan, partner. So, yung episode natin is somewhat related sa mga Aglahon EOs natin na parang siguro makikita natin dito yung mga journeys nila and yung entirety ng federation na naganap. Ayun, siguro makikita natin dito yung ups and downs. Syempre, part yun ng diba? Hindi naman puro ups lang yung makikita natin or ipapakita natin sa journey natin. There will always be downsides which parang nakaka-help sila to improve yourself, to improve the entire federation. So, ayan, abangan natin yan sa next episode ng ating The Fifth Floor Podcast, Tuned Up. Ayan. Thank you so much po ulit, Mix John Ryan and Miss Raf, for giving your time para po magbigay ng insights and mag-inspire ng maraming tao ngayong araw. Ayun, thank you po.
Thank you so much for the opportunity. Sobrang laking platform nito to share our words to our JPs.
Ayan, thank you so much to the whole PUP-GPM Manila and also to the organizers of this podcast. So siguro add na lang sa tawag dito. Magpo-promote lang din to our dearest PUP-GPians, no, and also to the JPians across the Philippines. No, we are now actually down to the last event of the National Council, which is the 41st ANC, which will happen this coming July 26 to 27. No, so if hindi pa kayo nakakapagsabi sa Regional Council yun na gusto nyong sumama sa Batangas, magsabi na kayo kasi now is the right time to experience yung since the 41st ANC is the comeback of the face-to-face ANC since for the past federation years, ginawa lang natin siya online. Now, binalik natin siya kung paano talaga kinoconduct si 41st ANC or si ANC in general, kung saan face-to-face. So, aabangan namin kayo sa Batangas and also we will be conducting the awarding ceremony of the year-end awards. So, I believe some of our PUP-GPians na nakikinig are applied for the prestigious awards of the year. So, abangan natin yung mga updates to our interview schedules kung nakapasa ba tayo sa screening process, no? So, stay tuned sa Facebook page ni NFGP at NFGP Official, no? So, sana naka-like sa inyo yung page ni NFGP. And again, thank you so much to the organizer for having me and having us, no? Since this is really a ngayon ko lang din na-share yung gantong story of kasi close book talaga ako. So ngayon lang talaga narinig ng public yung kwento ni Raf. No? So that's all. Thank you so much everyone.
Thank you so much again po. So ayan, viewers, magpag-register na kayo sa Batangas. Kailangan namin ng people.
And that's a wrap for today's episode of the Fifth Floor Podcast, Tuned Up. We hope that you enjoyed our deep dive and found it as fascinating as we did. So we love hearing from our community, especially those that belong to the LGBTQIA+ community. And thank you for tuning in. And as always, keep exploring, keep learning, and stay curious. Until next time, this is Aaron Bunkin.
And I am Joanna Karanam, and I hope your hearts are touched and inspired, and most especially our LGBTQ community. See you on our next episode!